day life's pretty simple. We don't really do anything, right? So the app's on our phone. It's the app, and the desktop widget sits in there. So I just log in. My app's already logged in, and then I go about my day. Our days are essentially, when you're on call, it's a 24-hour shift that you're on. So it's on for 24 hours. And as notifications come through, we actually control on the back end, working with the company, how the notifications come through, what parameters would actually warrant a notification to our phone or to our desktop, but mostly our phone. We're really looking right there. And so I go about my day and I get alerts as I go. Some days I get no alerts. Some days I get a lot of alerts. It just depends on the patient flow and also what I'm doing that particular day. So the only modulation I might do is, let's say I'm not on call for a certain modality, for instance, I'm not on call for the stroke stuff that day, then I might turn that off, right? So I can control that and still get the PE notifications, or in the future, the DVT notifications. Or if I'm on for everything, I can modulate that and get all of those. But I think the key here is that it's seamless. I'm not having to log into a new portal to check these. I'm not logging in every day, nothing like that. It just sits there behind the scenes until it needs to notify me. And then in terms of a day in the life, when there is a notification, that's when it becomes personal preference of the interventionist. What do you do? Some people love to open their phone and just scroll through it right there. Of course, it depends where you are. If you're at the beach, okay, you're probably scrolling through there. But if I'm at work, I'm going to immediately sit down at a workstation where I've got the widget, I've got my packs, and I can pull up and look. And then from there is the most important part of this all, which is what you're going to hear me talking about time and time again when it comes to this, is that especially when it comes to things like pulmonary embolism, which has historically been a very fragmented care model with a lot of inefficiencies and calls to this, calls to that, ordering this, ordering that. This shortcuts all of that. We're the performing interventionalists for pulmonary embolism procedures and interventions in this hospital. We should know about it right away. And so the number of times that I'm hearing about a case from another doctor who's at the bedside has dropped dramatically. They're actually often hearing it from me. I go, well, I see this, I got a notification about this PE, how's the patient doing, right? And they love that. They love that kind of communication. And then of course, there's a patient on the other end of this. And if I get that notification earlier, and in this case, potentially far earlier than we would have traditionally, not only can I start that conversation, but may shorten the time to a variety of interventions, whether it be anticoagulation, which has been shown to, when you take longer to start anticoagulating, patients don't do as well as time to intervention, which we also know anecdotally at this point that quicker interventions are good as well, or very, very good as well. So it's the day-to-day. It's a tough story when it comes. It's very hard to summarize in IR, but I guess the way it answers, it's affected my whole day, but very seamlessly in the background until it needs to come to the surface.